Welcome to Flavors for Life Healthy Culinary Movement. Let's learn about the low glycemic index diet.
A low glycemic index diet is likely to be beneficial in several ways. Reducing your intake of high glycemic foods can definitely open up more room in your diet for the types of foods you really need in order to get all of the essential nutrients you require.
The glycemic index. The glycemic index is a tool that is used to indicate how a particular food affects blood sugar or glucose levels. The definition of the glycemic index, GI, is a measure of the blood glucose raising potential of the carbohydrate content of a food compared to a reference food, generally pure glucose or sugar. Foods are assigned a glycemic index number that can be compared to pure glucose, which serves as the benchmark for all other foods. Pure glucose has a glycemic index number of 100, indicating that it's very rapidly broken down into glucose once eaten and then either sent to cells to be used for energy, saved in the muscles as glycogen for later use, or stored inside fat cells when there's a surplus.
What is a low glycemic index diet? All carbohydrates cause release of the hormone insulin from the pancreas, which has the job of picking up and sending glucose that is present in the blood throughout the body to be used or stored away. Choosing low glycemic foods can help prevent persistently high insulin levels, which are associated with health problems like type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and obesity.
Glycemic index versus glycemic load. It is important to understand that a glycemic index, GI score, is a bit different than a glycemic load, GL score. GL considers the GI score of a particular carbohydrate, but also considers how the carbs in the food affect blood sugar levels when eaten in average portions. The glycemic index values of all foods range from 0 to 100. High GI equals 70 to 100. Medium GI equals 50 to 70. Low GI equals below 50. And here is the range of GL scores to consider when making choices about the carbs in your diet. High GL equals 20 plus. Medium GL equals 11 to 19. Low GL equals 10 or less.
Simple carbs versus complex carbs. Simple carbs are foods that contain one or two simple sugars, such as those with added table sugar, desserts, processed grains, candy, jam, soda, etc. However, not all simple carbohydrates are unhealthy. Fruits like apples, strawberries, peaches, and others are also simple carbs, but can still be part of a balanced diet. Complex carbs are foods that consist of long chains of simple sugars, foods such as beans, legumes, many veggies, oatmeal, bran, wheat germ, and more. Top 9 low glycemic diet foods. Non-starchy vegetables. Most vegetables are very low GI with GL values between about 1 and 7. Try to include these with every meal, especially all types of lettuce and leafy greens, broccoli, spinach, onion, green beans, artichokes, peppers, and others. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds range somewhat considerably in GL scores, from about 1 to 17 per serving. Cashews have the highest. Look for chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and walnuts, which are some of the best choices. Beans and legumes. Beans and legumes have GL values between about 2 and 13 per serving. Soybeans have the lowest, while chickpeas are a bit higher. Ideally, have these in small amounts, about half a cup at once, to help with digestion after they've been soaked and sprouted, which helps with nutrition absorption. Yogurt and other fermented dairy. Dairy products range in GL scores between 1 and 5, with higher fat types, lower in carbs, and therefore lower GI. Plain unsweetened yogurt, kefir, and traditionally made cheeses are best. Choose organic and raw when possible. 100% whole ancient grains. Depending on the kind, these range between a GL of about 10 to 17. Choose minimally processed whole grains such as steel-cut oats, brown rice, wild rice, sprouted grain bread, granola, and whole wheat pasta. Moderate servings of healthy complex carbs equates to about a half a cup uncooked or 1 cup or less cooked at a time. Fresh fruit. Most fruits have GL values between about 4 and 14. Fruit can still be eaten when the rest of your diet is balanced, including stone fruits, apples, berries, cherries, and citrus fruits. Fresh fruit is a better choice over fruit juices. Healthy fats. All pure fats or oils have a 0 GI and GL of 0 since they contain no carbs. Good sources include virgin coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil, along with sources that have slightly more carbs but are still good options like nuts and seeds like almonds, chia, hemp, and flax, and avocado. Quality protein. Animal proteins are also a 0 GI GL food group, containing very little or 0 carbs. Choose wild fish such as salmon, free-range eggs, grass-fed beef or lamb, cage-free eggs, and pasture-raised poultry. Acidic foods. Acidic foods seem to help lower the GI of certain foods. Experts recommend trying a vinegar-based dressing on salads, apple cider vinegar taken with a smoothie or water, fermented yogurt with cereal, and lemon juice on vegetables. High GI foods. Refined grains and flours, including products made with white wheat flour, packaged grain products like most bread, processed breakfast cereals, cookies, cakes, etc. Sweetened beverages such as soda and bottled juices. Table sugar, honey, molasses, etc. A small amount of real raw honey can be a good option. Dried fruits such as raisins, craisins, and dates. Okay, in small amounts, just watch your portion sizes. Starchy root vegetables such as white potatoes, winter squash, etc. These are healthy options, but again, portion control and pairing them with lower GI foods is key. Added sugar and condiments, such as sauces, etc.
For more information about our Flavors for Life healthy culinary movement, please visit www.flavorsforlife.org.